How do I link to it? There we go. How do I link to it? There we go. How do I link to it? How do I link to it? Why is it just fucking looping? That's weird.
Actually, Hello. Hey, how's it going? Oh, how is it? Ah, oh God, I can hear myself. Yep, it's working. So you can do the different jobs of the ship. So like if you were a dick right now, and like they wanted to go to that island on the right, and you're like, nah, we're just gonna do freaking donuts in the middle of the ocean. What is their option? Yeah, I was gonna say, what is their recourse to that? Can you still do that? And like, how do you know? How does everyone decide where to go together? Oh, that's cool. So you're doing that voyage, so how many people are on your boat? Back here? It's really far away. There's definitely a delay. There's like 5 or 6 seconds. So like if like let's say you were doing ship-to-ship combat or like combat right now, like you would be steering and then like a whole bunch of like the other 3 dudes could jump on the cannons. That's cool. Were they other? I was gonna say, was it other players? Oh, cool. They respawn on their own ship. Can you sink their ship? Like, what do the cannons do? Yeah. Imagine if all 4 like 4 people were in comms. That'd be awesome. That's kind of what I'm here for. Apparently they don't like it. You have no cannon. I was gonna say, yeah. Ooh, nice shot. Oh God. Surprise. Did you just load? How were you holding a ball in your hook? My voice does not sound the same through the stream as it sounds in my head. Could be. I've never streamed through YouTube before, so... I mean, on my end it's running pretty well. It's actually a lot less laggy than some of the Twitch streams I see. Ooh. It's amazing. This is really creepy. There's no people here. So I read this cool article. It was talking about how, like, with this game coming out and the hype and everything, and how Fortnite has so many more like players like beating out PUBG at the moment. Like they're saying how like the stylized graphics like this that are more accessible to more systems versus like trying to get like the realistic ones. It allows like more people to like play it and play it well. That explosive there. It is.
Can you guys hear me? You can? You're the only one talking? What's up, dude? Nice. Is there a way to like make it all chat?
But
Like,
killed you.
how to make it chat all the time instead of pressing alt to talk?
Oh,
This is interesting.
You hear me?
hearing. Yeah. Don't know what to do. Yeah. Don't know. We're dead, and I don't know how to get back to like.
I think you just go through the little portal and like in the. Yep. Yeah, we're back. Oh, what the? Oh, it's bugged. That's awesome. I can't leave. Oh, but this is cool down here.
Oh man, it is sunk. I can see it now. Oh,
Alright, how do
interesting.
we do? Like, how do we fix this? Just leave. Yeah, let me try killing you. Oh, that's not going. The guy right here.
Does everyone have a hook for a hand?
Sucks.
Oh, you can do that? The Charlie Rip Scout. Oh. This is a really long load time.
Wheezy. See you again.
Rocking the eye patch, I like it. Hmm. Oh, so sloops do have cannons. Sloops do have cannons. Yeah, that's really good. That's pretty awesome. So like what happens if your boat sinks? Like yeah. You are now stuck on the island until someone else comes by and you take their boat. That's interesting. Interesting. You digging up a person? Yeah, there's not much on it. Right? You didn't like Skella Banana Island? I was looking away. Oh shit. A grand jury just indicted 13 Russian nationals over the election interference. Okay, we've indicted actual Russians about this. Do you think they'll still deny? Not the Russians, like our administration. I think he's still going to deny it. Like, I don't even mean the complicity. He, like, because he says, like, oh, we don't even know if they interfered. And it's like, all of our government agencies are like, yeah, they definitely interfered. Like, whether or not you were part of it. Oh my god. They did it yesterday with the stupid shooting. Or 2 days ago. I mean, like, thinking of it from like a political espionage standpoint, it's ingenious. You know, you like fuck with the populace by like just like randomly posting inflammatory stuff, but at the same time, it's pissing me off because it's like, no, we're the ones supposed to be interfering. It's not the other way around. Damn it. My favorite. I think it's the people are at the point where they just see, they believe the narrative, and it's like they are so openly. It's so weird. It's such like a they've like partitioned their brain so much that they can very easily say, oh well, you know, they all the true stuff that's on the internet, that must be wrong. Like clearly there's fake stuff on the that's all fake. So they've acknowledged the fact that shit can be fake on the internet, but they just get it backwards. You know, but this other stuff, no, that's true. You know, and it's like, because like fake news originally was the opposite. Like wasn't being used by that side. It was being used about like remember that like that where the guy thought like the pizza place had a pedophile ring or something in it. Yeah, like that was like the original fake news. And then it became like a catchphrase. Yeah. Oh, I don't like it. Fake news. Like it doesn't. It's just like when originally they had asked him about it. He's like, well, I talked to Putin and I asked him if they interfered, and he said no. So you know that's it. It's like, well, I don't think you understand how any of this works. Like, it's his job to lie for... I forget how long he was KGB, but it was a while. Oh, well, yeah. Well, he was, like, top KGB, too. He was, like, their best. I read this whole article. You saw how like a whole bunch of Russians got killed in Syria a couple days ago by us. Yeah, by us. And the reason why Russia's not making a big stink about it, I was reading this whole. It was a reputable source. I forget which. It was like an actual news site. Said that the reason why Russia isn't going like, oh my god, you killed our troops and like demanding reparation or something, is because we're pretty sure they were trying to start. They were attacking our guys first. And Russia is playing dumb, saying, oh, they're quote unquote mercenaries and we have no control over them. To which our government's like, yeah. So they said, I think our guy was, I forget who's our top, Mattis, who's our like defense secretary guy, basically said that, he's confused and he's sure the Russians were confused at what was going on, and it's probably a big misunderstanding. And it's like, basically the news was basically saying it's an old, like, this tactic was used by a lot of people in the Cold War. Like, I forget what the type of lie it is. It's something from like philosophy, but it's like lie for the greater good. Like they tried to start something but don't want to start, they don't want to start a war, ostensibly. Right. And we don't want to go to war with Russia. Like, we don't want to start World War III. So we're going to be like, we're going to pretend you were confused and didn't, you didn't try to do that. Because if you had tried to do that on purpose, we would have to do something. Yeah. I just love the way the article was written, because it was like, it was cheeky. It was good. But it's kind of scary at the same time that, like, Russian troops attacked one of our bases. I mean, we fucked them up, but it's actually pretty interesting that they actually attacked one of our bases, and so I guess based on the headlines, we didn't lose anyone, and they lost a bunch of people. Hello. Between them and North Korea, it's terrifying. It's like, pick your poison, like, there's many ways. I always get the sense from Putin, and this is from way, like, early Obama times, or even before that, like, shit, he's been around for a while. I always got the sense that as a KGB officer, or former KGB, he severely misses the Soviet Union and wishes it were back in those days and loved the Cold War. Like, that he actually liked the Cold War, is the sense I got. This one's at least a bit more populated. Huh. So are you saving the gunpowder barrels? Like, do you have a limited amount of gunpowder when you're firing your cannons? Huh. I think if we were playing as a group, the big ship would be good. But if I was playing by myself with randos, small ship. I haven't seen it yet on the stream. I assume it's coming up. Oh, that's a cool... What does ringing the bell do? Yeah. Now, if you leave the sails up, will it keep going forward while you're away? Nice. This definitely feels like a game where they're like, they designed the gameplay first, and then they were like, all right, now we got to figure out stuff for people to do, which is usually can be a good way to do, especially for an online game. Because if the gameplay is solid, you can add whatever you want. Which is why I think Destiny is as frustrating as it is, because the gameplay is solid, and so it's like, oh, you can add whatever you want, so you can add like cool stuff now, and then they're like, maybe not. I mean, I'm fine with that. But just keep it coming. Like, give a good story, and I think the biggest mistake they did, and it was with Destiny 1, which turned out to be decent, like long term, but was keeping all the lore out of the actual game. Yes. I was thinking like co-op Mass Effect, like, and then, or even with the instances, like even with the way it was, like, I understand like their main story writer quit, so like they couldn't use a lot of his story beats, but like all the lore was still there for all like the different enemies and things like that, but they kept it in that stupid the Grimoire thing you have to go online to look at. And it's like, I don't want to read it there. Like, keep it like Skyrim or like Mass Effect, where like, either you find books in the world and you can read them, or there's like, a codex that you just unlock entries as you explore, and then you can read about them in game. Like that would actually make me want to explore around, like rather than just like, well, if I find something now, then I can go on my laptop. I'm like, but then at that point, why even explore in game? Because I could just go on my laptop and look up on the wiki. Like somebody else already found it. Because apparently there was an article today about how the Hive, in Taken King, they added all these Grimoire cards detailing the creation of the Hive, like the origin story. And they said it's actually a really tragic story, and that it makes the Hive actually very sympathetic. You still need to kind of fight them because they're going to take over everything, but you can see how they ended up the way they are. And the article was saying that, like, oh, Bungie kept that out of the game because, if you're going to be killing hundreds of these things in game, like, majority of people don't want to, see them as sympathetic characters. And so in order to sell the most games, they keep that out of the actual game. And I don't buy that, because there's plenty of games that have nuanced stories that are very popular. And you have more things to look into it, like. Mm-hmm. Now, can you build bases, or are the islands static? Like, kind of cool if you had your own island, like you can keep, that's like, like kind of like instance to you, but like at the same time, other people can randomly come across it while they're playing, and like you can build your own forts and things, and people can pillage your island. That'd be kind of cool. You have to defend it. There's a ship up there. Can you get up there? Wait, is this the main island? Oh, okay. They need to make, like, I thought they should have had, or they should have, a main player hub that's just like a big pirate city. Made out of boats slashed together and shit. Because, have you been playing Monster Hunter World? So all my friends have it on PS4, which I don't have. But I've been watching occasional things, and like, even though like the fights you go out are instance, kind of like Destiny instances, like there's still the main player hub, which, like, Destinies are okay, but the one they made for Monster Hunter World is awesome. It's just got so many like nooks and crannies that, like, it's got so much character. Like, it seems like a place you would actually want to just chill in. Like, I'm just gonna log in and chill there. Did you see the latest articles about, or like latest news from AMD about how their goal is to, they're trying to improve the integrated graphics processing enough that they don't even like, they want to eliminate graphics cards basically. Kind of like how most people don't need a separate hardware, an audio card anymore. Well, like graphics is a little different, but at the same time. Your processor's going to be have to be a lot. I was going to say, yeah, is it just like, is it truly going to be a processor that can handle the graphics, or is it literally going to be, it's a like a processor with a graphics card bolted onto it? I mean, what they were showing is an image. I don't know if it was a stock image, but it just looked like a normal processor, just but a lot bigger, but still square and flat. Yeah, I don't think it would ever replace, because exactly that. Like, you upgrade your graphics card far more than your processor. You don't need to upgrade your processor as fast as your graphics card, and having it modular like that allows you to do that. But for laptop people, I think that would be great news, because then it'd be more accessible. I don't have to buy like a crazy gaming laptop with a graphics card in it that overheats. Yeah, why not? I mean, my laptop's decent. Like I play it because I travel a lot, so I use a laptop. I can't wait till once I get my internship, I'm gonna build a mighty desktop. But I learned pretty early that like, oh, like gaming laptop, like the cooling pad underneath is non-negotiable. Like the necessary accessory. It's interesting though to see what games tax. I mean, I guess it would be the same thing with a desktop, but like what games? Some of the games that are like harder on on the graphics card are not the ones I would expect. So like it must be something with the way they're coding it. You know what I mean? Like actually the graphics is generated. Cause like Destiny runs very cool on my computer. Doesn't heat up. And it looks really good. Destiny 2, I mean. What was the one I was playing the other day? Oh, but like PUBG, I could put it on lowest graphics where it looks like, and it's still like lowest graphics. I put it there because I was like, maybe it'll perform a little bit better. It performs the same as me on. I don't think I ever play it on high, but like on medium high. Like I think I put textures on high and like everything else on medium, and it performs the same, so there's no difference. So I'm thinking it has more to do with the fact that it's generating this ginormous island and everything. Game looks cool. I like the way they. It's like just cartoony enough, but still like certain things they've kept, like the lighting and the fires and the water, still look spot on. Yeah, I don't. So I'm like, what is the goal in this game other than get loot? Be a pirate. Okay. Logan said he'd been watching a lot of videos, so maybe he knows more. I was seeing if he was on because I was going to tell him you were streaming it, but he logged off of everything. Ooh. So, you know how Apple made their new headquarters? It looks like a giant spaceship and has glass walls. It's like round, and like the outer walls of the entire building are glass, like really clear glass. Apparently employees are having trouble seeing the glass. It's so clear that it's actually led to a consistent problem of people walking into the wall. It says some staff started to stick post-it notes on the glass doors to mark their presence. However, the notes were removed because they detracted from the building's design. Oh, that's a good point. All I see is you looking at controls. Oh, so you get a small map of the island. So now with treasure on it, I assume, because it's X. Now, is it on your big map, or you have to literally just find this thing out there? Because that seems. I feel like you're gonna have to zoom in. Oh, there's Booty Isle. It's not that one. I think you're gonna have to zoom in quite a bit because it looks like a small island. Ooh, what's that? Sea Dog's Rest on the left. It's like B8 or something. Boulder K, was that it? Actually, that might be it. That's pretty close. Wait, what's that? Oh no, it's not. Like 10 seconds back. Wait, Chicken Isle. Did you see it? Did you see it? It's I couldn't see what the. It's like down into the right, kind of like in the L's. Oh, cool! You can mark it. That's neat. Yeah. Boulder K still looks closer. Oh, it did say that? Yeah, it's not checking out. That's terrifying. I think we should. That's the closest we're gonna get. I don't see anything else that like looks close. Who named that? What do we name our fort? I don't know. Old Boot. Is it? I don't see it yet. Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh yeah, yeah. That is dead set, dead match. It's a lot smaller. Good thing we didn't sail all the way over to whatever that other one was. Very careful. Oh shit. The best part is I heard you say the question, and then I'm like, why do you need to back up your... Oh, you're gonna crash into that rock. Really? I guess we find out what happens when your boat's... Your bucket. Well, let's listen. Wait, don't go back out to sea with it. If it sinks next to shore, at least it... You put the sails down. Oh, you can repair the hull. That's not how that works. You don't just put one board across a hole and it keeps it... It looks not watertight at all. I like how you came back up and you're like way out in the ocean. It's moving stuff. So much water. I think so. You definitely got all the ones downstairs. So we should do to an island again. And that made a lot of holes crashing into something in the front. How it made ones at the top. How do you get the water out? I feel like it's an inefficient way. We'll see if you unplug the holes in the back of the boat really fast, the water shoots out the back. I want to see that. I just realized there's one person that will not be playing these games with us even if we all get it. Tara. Like, she's absolutely terrified of open ocean and sea monsters. As terrified of them in video games as in real life. It doesn't matter how cartoon. Like, it triggers it's like phobia level. Like, we'll be playing WoW, and there'll be like a shark in the water. You know, cartoony shark really far away, and she's only one near the water. Like, big deal. Like watching, even I was like, man, I get kind of freaked out. I was like, playing this by myself on the open water when the seas are like that. Yeah. Oh no, I can definitely do that. It's more my brain overthinking things. Because like when I'm at heights, it's not the sight of the height that freaks me out. It's that my brain going, you know what? There's really nothing stopping me from tripping and falling off of this. Like, other than my own balance, you know. Like, it would be so easy to just fall. Likewise on ocean like this, it's like, in real life, like if I'm in the ocean and it's in the deep water, it's like, there could be anything under the surface. No idea. You know, there could be a shark 2 feet to my right. I'm not gonna see it. It's a water stream. But this makes no sense. That Russian thing, Trump responded on Twitter to it. He said Russia started their. This shows that Russia started their anti-U.S. campaign in 2014, long before I announced that I would run for president. The results of the election were not impacted. The Trump campaign did nothing wrong, no collusion. It's like the fact that they started their activities before your campaign does not prove anything. That just means that your campaign is part of their activities and not the other way around. Which is what everyone's been saying all along. Like, he's so self-centered that he thinks that the Russian collusion was done to benefit him as part of his campaign, not his campaign was helped as part of their anti-America effort. Everyone's using it, is I think the idea. Like, the Republican Party doesn't care who's in office as a Republican because they can get their agenda passed. It's proving not to be as easy as they thought it would be. And why they haven't, ditched him, used him as a scapegoat for everything going wrong, ditched him and then have Pence be president, I don't know. I don't know why. Because, I think today there was a bipartisan Republican-Democrat deal where, the senators of both sides agreed to, and he rejected it. So it's I think even the Republican Party is, kind of not happy with him at this point. Pretty sure he's seen it. I mean, I totally believe the original story that he did not intend to win. He thought he would run and be a big publicity thing, and he'd be able to launch his new TV channel, and his brand would be reinvigorated. But I think his ego, with him winning, I don't think his ego allowed him to be oh, well, I didn't intend to win, so I'm going to withdraw or something, Probably was probably was. Even sources that support him, or from inside, everyone says that he is super, super unhappy since he became president. Just his life. He just hates it. Yeah. Oh, lobbyists? You shouldn't be able to influence it with money. It just should not be a thing. Well, it's just all these people, it would make complete sense. People are, with this thing, with this, the shooting, not even illegal, you can make a complete argument of how, you can have a solid debate on how illegal, and what restrictions should be put on guns and things. But it's very telling that even the most simple statements oh, maybe people deemed as mentally unstable and potentially violent by their therapists should perhaps not be allowed to own guns. I'm pretty sure a majority of people would agree with that statement. If their therapist thinks they're mentally unstable, okay, but then you have all of these it's generally Republicans. It's not because they're Republican. It's because they're receiving money from the NRA, and all these politicians that they'll come out and say now's not the time to talk about you know, controls, like thoughts and prayers and all these things, and it's like, it's so obvious that it's because you're receiving like all this money, like. Like, if you're a public servant, just kind of like as a doctor, like when I'm working as a doctor, they've gotten rid of, like, the rules are like, you cannot receive a gift from a pharma company that's not anything. I forget what there's an actual limit of money, but then it's also supposed to be like something you would not reasonably buy for yourself day to day. So like if they want to buy you lunch, allowed. If they want to buy you a car, not so much unless you're buying a car every day. Mhm. Makes sense. Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Like it's funny how like the people at the very top, the rules don't apply. Like the same rules that apply to like, and it's not like realtors and like real estate people and you know medical people. It's not like they're not doing quite well either. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, you know, only the people not doing well have all these crazy rules. It's like literally just the politicians have open whatever. And it's interesting how they say, well, you know, we can't just be giving handouts to people. We can't have free healthcare for people. Well, except for you know, they all get free healthcare. Like I'm like, wait, what? Like whatever healthcare system we have, if you're like a legislator, you should be forced, unless you pay for it out of your own pocket, you should be forced to be on like the same public healthcare as everyone else. Oh, that'd be amazing. They'd have a vested interest in improving things.
Huh?
What the hell was that guy doing? He was like hiding behind his desk. Like popped up. I wasn't doing anything.
Come back soon.
shit is it?
But still, it's full of water.
Yep. Yeah. And use planks to stop the.
Is there voice chat? Like, was he talking? Did you hear him? That is a strong bucket.
Rock.
It was like 3 buckets and it was empty. Wait, you've had a bucket this whole time?
Bye bye.
I was joking earlier when I was like, yeah, get your bucket. Apparently it's true. Uh-oh. Why is your hole broken again? Now, does it ever like, become fixed? And not have, like, a board across it? Oh, maybe. I was thinking, like, at least until you get to port, maybe you could pay for, like, permanent repairs or something. The sloop should be faster. include beaching it, put holes in it. I don't think Did you see Dunkirk? Why is your boat? Bye, boat. That would require them to actually hit your boat. Oh my god, it went overwards. There we go. That's good.
I almost landed in the crow's nest.
I was gonna say, if you hit them from here, you're like aiming at their boat.
Let's hope he didn't like backtrack and then we're taking our ship right now.
Oh, screw that. One of the people who survived the shooting, the Florida shooting at the school, his mom was at the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting last year. They need to move. So you just put a musket ball back in that, but you don't have to put powder? Wow, that guy just shot like way off to the left. Oh no, he hit you. Did he just swim underwater to get away? Is there breath? Is there breath in this? What the? Where'd he come from? It seems very useful. Bring the chest with you. What's that smoke coming out of the water? Your ship? It returns you to the ship under. You're like underwater. Like it's sunk. Your ship's nice and big, though. I don't know if you can. It's gonna be like that scene where, like, at the beginning of the first Pirates, where they're like, "You can't man a ship by yourself."
We have an intruder, guys.
I think that's the guy. He just launched over you. It's gonna be really
I
awkward
see
when you
you.
hijack
Are
a ship.
you
Oh, no,
delivering
it's
us a chest? What are you doing?
on the other side. Yeah. You're right.
I mean, that's true.
Can I hear you?
I can't guarantee the rest
got
of
a
them won't just
shotgun.
kill you when they get back here.
Block it with the chest.
Hey guys,
Hey,
he's
dude.
back. He brought us a chest. Oh wait, he jumped off.
Wait, I like.
Now he's in the water somewhere.
Come back. I see him. He's down. No, what?
You're
Oh.
gonna put it on the tip. Oh god, they got a lot of friends. Oh no, he is less friendly.
Oh, there's like a shark. Ah! Didn't want to fight.
Oh no! You know they kickstarted a remake of System Shock? They just put it on hiatus. Indefinite hiatus. They raised $1.3 million. This is a shame. Oh, they said they're going to reassess before returning. Okay, so the more that we worked on the game, the more that we wanted to do, and the further we got away from the original concepts. That made System Shock so great. Oh, they're also making a System Shock 3. So they're remaking the original and they're making a sequel at the same time. Neat. I never played System Shock. I just heard that Bioshock was like born from that idea or like that concept. Mm-hmm. Negotiate passage.
I wasn't going to shoot you, and then you swung your sword at me. Well, I can't just. I don't know how that works. But you can start going that way. Someone wants to lift the anchor.
Okay, this is pretty neat though that you can like talk to other people. So can you officially join their crew? You said there was no friendly fire, so there is like a friend foe tag, I assume.
I don't even know where other crew members are. Oh, there's one. Don't kill that guy. Don't kill that guy. Don't kill that guy. Drop the anchor. You guys want to take these chests over there? I guess you took the other one. That's fine.
That was pretty cool. So how do you get another ship?
Alright. Jolly, what's your name? As a show of good fortune, take the chest. Or not. I tried. See, I need him on RQ. He can kill like 3 of my crewmates without even trying. I don't think that's going to happen because apparently my other crew members are intent on killing you. Sure. I know it's shitty to just get outgunned by like 4 people. Well, yeah, and the big ship is just faster than the small ship. It's not as maneuverable, but it's definitely faster. Alright, well, these 2 guys don't talk, so I'm going to find another crew. I don't think you can. If you're just, you get matched up at the beginning and then that's it. Man, they're not very good shots.
Oh, I had to go take a shower and get ready to go. So, it was fun. Definitely. Have a good day. If you guys are on tonight playing something, I'll be on at some point. Alright, see you. East, but I'm up really late because Tara's in Arizona, so I tend to be up around those hours as well. Okay. Cool. With Logan and Austin earlier, we played I've never played the Faction Clash, something like that, on MechWarrior. Have you done that? Those are fun. I enjoyed that. Yeah. And I think, I'm not sure if I'd enjoy it by myself. Like, just kind of, because I'd get frustrated if nobody was coordinated. Like, you get those games where everyone coordinates, even if they're randoms, and it's great. And then, like, Logan was getting super frustrated earlier, because even me and Austin weren't really paying attention to what he was doing. And so it was like, he's like, I feel like I'm playing by myself. And we're like, sorry. Well, Austin had the slowest assault mech. Like, he had I forget which one it was. And I had a medium one, but I kind of just stuck. I kind of just follow the rest of the team, so I just stuck with him, and I didn't realize Logan had got like way far ahead of us and got murdered because we were so far behind. But yeah, so I'll be on. If I see you on, I'll hit you up. Have a good one. Alright, see ya.